The following is intended for mature audiences only. May contain strong language, crude humor, adult themes, and suggestive material.
Welcome to our Season 2 premiere of We're Done Here, an emotional wellness comedy podcast. I'm so happy to kick off this season with a very special comedian. She's my African sister in the struggle. Woo-hoo. Give it up, you guys, for Marcela Onyango.
It's Marcela Onyango.
Oh, you know I can't pronounce that.
Y'all, I was telling Meka this before. Americans are so rude. Y'all just think that because you go around, your country kicks people's asses, y'all can just go around mispronouncing people's names. That is not how you say it. It's Onyango, which is one thing that I also really miss. One thing I really miss about quarantine is just people not mispronouncing my name.
I can totally get. As you can imagine, Marcela is very opinionated, and she hosts a show. Is it weekly? It's on video, but it's also like in person.
So it's a platform, is what we say.
Okay, you got a whole enterprise going on.
We're calling it a platform. Okay,
platform.
So the name of the show is called Feel the News. It's on TikTok where I do like little videos about the news. I tell people how to feel the news. It's called News with a Sense of Human Anarchy, because I tell people how to feel about the news and try to have some jokes there, but it's from an anarchist perspective. So
yes.
It's on TikTok, it's on Instagram. I'm a columnist right now. I read a weekly column for Shadow Mag.
What is the column about?
It's about the news.
Wait, Shadow who?
Shadow Mag. It's a magazine. It's like a small publication that's in the UK.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at you, that international.
We're trying. I've been on the Russian, well, it's not Russian TV, it's called RTV. It's for Russians except for people who live in Russia. It's for Russians outside of Russia.
I got you. So you are international. Tell us about your background, because the audience members don't know.
Oh, they don't know, but they need to know. I was born in Nairobi, Kenya.
Yes.
I lived there until I was 12.
Okay.
And then my parents moved to the United States for a better life. Can you imagine? Let's laugh real quick together. They did that. And I moved to Texas, of all places. They wanted to kill me. So I lived in Texas for a little bit.
That sounds horrible.
It was really bad.
I can imagine.
It was so bad.
What part of Texas?
Temple, Texas. So Temple,
never heard of it.
You don't need to worry about it. But I'm so sorry if you're from Temple, but you should leave as soon as possible. Actually, don't leave. Stay there so you can make it better if you're a good person. If you are not a great person, actually leave Temple so only the good people can stay and it can be a great town again. Anyway, it was never a great town. What did I say again?
How long did you stay in Temple?
Till I graduated high school.
Oh my God, that's so horrible. And then what happened? Where'd you go?
I went to undergrad.
Undergrad
in Austin College. Not in Austin.
Oh, not in Austin, Texas?
In Sherman.
Austin is like the only part worth going in Texas. And Houston, where Beyonce's from. I'll just say that. Sorry, guys.
Whatever. Houston's fine. Austin's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole country's trash. Nothing's good.
So Marcela is a communist.
No. Okay, let's not throw it out like that. Marcela is not a communist. Marcela's an anarchist.
Okay,
let's be very specific. You could say I'm an anarcho-communist, but I don't want to be tied in with Russia. I don't like them. Don't want to tie it in. When you say that, people are like, so you support Russia? I'm like, no, Putin's a piece of shit. No one.
Why would a black person support Russia?
People who, we can talk about that later. There's some people on this internet who are called ML communists.
No, see, nobody has time. What is M? Is that Martin Luther King?
No, Marx. MLK. No, it's not Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King would not have approved. It's called Marxist-Leninists. It's like there are people who like Lenin, and we can talk about them.
I'm sorry, Anarchist. Okay, great. So if you haven't listened to season 1, I'm half African, but born in Brooklyn.
Okay, so what half is it?
I'm Liberian. My dad's from Liberia.
So are your parents people who were moved? Is your dad's parents people who moved from the United States to Liberia, or are they like Liberians who were in Liberia and then were just there? And do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my family, so it's actually a mixed bag, because half my family comes from the West Indies, so they expatriate. I don't know if that's what you call whatever. They did whatever. When they went back to Africa, they went from the West Indies. So kind of like those Americano Liberians.
Yeah.
And then my other half of the family, they are like more tribal people. So I'm a mix of everything. And my mom's Black American. So.
Oh, yeah. So like you're a mix of everything. Do you know like what side is your mom, like West African?
So she just did 23andMe, but we don't really believe in that because we don't. Anyway, it's confusing. But apparently she's Liberian, Sierra Leone, so I'm just West African.
You're just like West African. I don't like 23andMe because the government is definitely going to use that.
Yeah,
they're already using it. They already use it to catch somebody. You know, this is what I don't understand about us. We're so stupid.
Well,
We're
tell us.
literally paying for our own surveillance. People
No,
pay
that's
for
true.
23andMe.
That's
People pay
true.
for the Amazon Ring. The police don't have to spend money. It's like defund the police. You don't have to because we're paying for what they're supposed to be doing. Like,
That is
yeah.
definitely
I
true.
mean, sure, yes, defund and abolish them, but also, like, y'all need to stop paying. Why are you trying to be cops? People are, like, on cops on their own dime. Like, you're paying money to be a cop when you get a ring.
No, it's weird.
Same thing with 23andMe.
I just did global entry. I'm like, yo, they tracking me now. Like, whatever. It is.
I was
what
about
it
to
is.
not come up here because somebody downstairs asked to take my photo. I was like, we don't do this. I don't want people. I don't need the government. They already know about me.
And you know it's surveillance. Yeah.
Yeah. You already have a phone. It's too late.
No, that's true.
It's
They're already
too
tracking.
late.
They know we're here right now.
They know everything about you.
So, as you can imagine, Marcela is very political, which I love about you, because I'm political, but differently. Like, it's weird. We're like highly political, but in very different ways.
In like different planets. Like you're in like Saturn and I'm like in, I don't know, Venus, Jupiter,
Exactly.
Pluto, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
The one that people don't really know about yet.
Exactly.
Is Pluto a planet now? Or is it still
Girl,
not
I
a
don't know.
planet?
Why you
Okay.
asking me these serious questions? You know, child.
You look like you know everything.
No, that's not true. I went to New York City public schools.
Which means you know just enough.
Just enough to be dangerous. But today, this is Emotional Wellness Comedy Podcast, and today we are actually talking about a serious topic. So just to let you know, we will talk about serious topics, but we will make jokes about it because we're comedians and
everything is sad. Why cry about it? Sometimes it's good to laugh at sad things.
I think
know
so.
what I mean?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think today you're talking about a topic that many of us struggle with.
Yes.
Like many of us.
Everyone.
So you're going to be talking about anxiety.
Anxiety. We all have anxiety. We live in hell.
I have
Everybody
anxiety
has
right
anxiety.
now. Just
Do you
like
want to
general-
take a moment and
No.
breathe in?
No, it's fine. We don't have time for that. This is New York City.
This is why people have anxiety. Y'all don't have time to take a breath. You
We
need to
do
take a
have
breath.
time. We
You
don't
need to
have
take a
time for
breath.
anything.
Take a breath. Take a breath right now. Just 1 second. Give yourself
wait.
a moment.
I feel better. Not really. Okay, so
Because you didn't take a real breath.
diving into the topic, walk our guests through your journey with this
Anxiety, horrible. Okay,
affliction.
so I was born on Earth, which is shitty.
Yeah,
and
which sucks in general.
under capitalism, which sucks. So that is probably my major cause of anxiety for me, but I'll tell you how it started.
Yes.
I was in my 20s,
Okay.
living my best life, being thotty at night, being cute at work, going to
Thotty at
work,
night,
had a
okay.
little cube, was traveling for work, thought I had an amazing life, thought my life was good. And then one day I'm sitting at my desk and I feel like I'm having a heart attack. And I'm like, holy shit, like I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna fucking die. And then I was like, wait a minute. No, I don't think I'm dying. I remembered about a Teen Vogue article. This is funny.
Teen Vogue.
Teen
got
Vogue.
you.
I was like
They got
15
you.
or 14 when I read this article. By the way, if you're a black girl, do not read Teen Vogue unless it's gotten better because that stuff was not good for my brain. Anyway, that's a different conversation for a different time. Teen Vogue is better now. They do a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Teen Vogue out here, they got
They've
woke
gotten
like
better.
5 years
They
ago.
got super work. They had an article about
But
abolition.
then they fired that black girl. I don't know what
Oh, that's
happened.
because she said some racist stuff.
Oh, really?
She was like very anti-Asian.
Oh, nobody got time for that. Okay, like,
she
move.
like went like it
What
was
she say
deep,
anti-Asian?
just like saying mean things on
Okay.
Twitter, and I'm like,
Damn.
sweetie, why? Anyway, so yeah, but I was like, oh wait, I'm not lying because I read a Teen Vogue article when I was 15. This is how my brain works. I don't know why. I remember things, and I was like, oh, this girl, she had the same thing happen to her, but she called it a panic attack. And I was like, oh, that's what's happening to me is I'm having a panic attack. So I put my head on my desk, and I just like took a couple of breaths. And I remember starting to cry because I was like, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Because I didn't know anything about mental health. At this point in time, I didn't know about depression, didn't even think it was real, didn't know about anxiety, didn't know about anything. Knew nothing. So as far as I was concerned, I was losing it. Because in where I came from, you're either crazy or you're not crazy.
Yeah,
there's like
there's
no
no
in
mental
between.
health.
There's no like, oh, maybe there's things that you could work out. And it's not even where I'm from. Let me be specific.
talking
and
about
fair.
Texas?
No, I'm talking about my household, where I'm from, like my home,
no, I
like
got
where
it.
I lived. You know, like there was no conversation about anxiety, depression.
No, Africans don't do.
Yeah, and it's like I don't want to. Like my parents specifically were just very much like, you get good grades and shut up. Like they didn't
Yeah.
care about the other stuff. So yeah, here I was having what was essentially a panic attack, and then it started happening all the time
Oh no.
for no reason. Like I'd be at anthropology, which I don't go to anymore. Don't go. I'm just like destroying your podcast for all advertisers. Meka does not agree
We
with
know
me.
Marcela's political. They do not. Well, I don't know. Some of the thoughts align, but not most of them. We'll see.
Well, it's fine. We're gonna talk about it anyway. So I was having them all the time.
Yeah.
Sitting down, walking down the street, literally. I had at least one panic attack a day.
So what was the breaking point?
I literally didn't know what to do. And I remember I was crying and I was like telling my husband, I was like, honey, I don't know what's happening to me. Like, I just.
Wait, you were married?
Yeah,
Wait.
I was married. I've been married for a while.
Yeah, what, you need the green card? Wait, sorry, that's a different topic.
I mean, no, but good question.
Right?
If somebody does want to marry for a green card, please do it. But yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'm all about breaking all the rules.
Oh, wait, we on the podcast. My bad. But
Don't actually. It was a joke. I'm not a lawyer. Don't do it. But do. Anyway, I'm kidding. So yeah, I went to a therapist and she was like, I went to urgent care. Because I didn't
care.
Yeah, because I was like, this one girl in Teen Vogue, she had one thing that happened to her. It didn't happen a lot, but I don't know her story beyond that. They ended it, and that was it. So I went to they're like, and here are cute clothes for you to wear when you're sad. So I went to urgent care, and she had me fill out this form. So she had me fill out a form about anxiety and a form about depression. And
how they know urgent care? They qualify like
it was
that?
a black lady. If you don't have a black lady doctor, find one.
That's true. I have an Asian lady doctor. She's cool.
Also, if you don't have an Asian lady doctor, find one.
Exactly.
Also very great. My favorite doctors, my favorite therapist was an Asian woman. She was great. But anyway, women of color, great healthcare providers.
Exactly.
But anyway, so what I was trying to say is like, yeah. So I took the little forms, filled them out, and so the depression form was like, you're deeply depressed. She was like, and then the anxiety form, she was like, how are you even walking around? She's like, you have generalized anxiety. Because at that point, literally, I was scared of everything. Everything would make me nervous. Everything would make me. There was like no specific thing. She's like, what causes these panic attacks? I was like, I don't know. Walking around, breathing, existing. Yeah, it was like really, really bad. So that was rough, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Because at that time, I was living in D.C. I just started doing
DC sucks. No shade to everybody in DC. It's too political, and everyone's so stuffy and full of themselves. Anyway, I'm generalizing, but who cares?
Everybody is stuffy and full of themselves there and here.
Oh, well, that's different. We're cool though.
So anyway. This is what a New Yorker says.
We're cool.
This is why nobody else will take your shit.
No, that's true. But anyway, go.
Anyway, yeah, so that was it. And like, it was really, really rough. I just started comedy, and then we moved to New York. Right when I was having panic attacks. Greatest place to come, by the way. If you're an anxious person, yes, move to New York City and see if your life doesn't get much worse. And you didn't even know it could.
There's so many anxious people here.
Yeah, that's because there's no nature. There are no trees.
We have Central Park. Hello.
One park in a city of millions of people. This is why New Yorkers are so.
I'm hike in Central Park, honestly.
Okay, Meka, I'm gonna take this moment to say this is why New Yorkers are so maladjusted. Y'all don't accept that this city is bad for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's a different podcast. But the city is bad for you, but like in a good way.
Wait, how is it bad for you in a good way?
It just is. It's just like New York. It's like there's so many crazy things happening. You get adjusted way more than the rest of the country.
See, this is what I don't like about capitalism. It's convinced people that they like to be tortured.
I told
you don't like
communist.
it. I'm not. Just because you hate capitalism doesn't make you. Well, I'm an anarcho-communist. I'm a communist in the very pure sense before the Russians made the word a bad word.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. But back to the anxiety, because that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. We're not here about communism.
No.
Though we should be. But it was really bad. I moved to New York, and then I started, and then when I came to New York, this is about to get real deep. Feel free to tell me what to stop if it gets too bad.
There's no such thing here.
I came to New York. Things got really bad. I was having trouble getting up to go to work. I was having panic attacks in the elevator at work. I had a horrible new boss. It was just really rough. Mm-hmm. And one day I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. This is my life. I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I tried to kill myself. And that was when I started going to therapy.
Got you. So you didn't go, so you did urgent care and you were just white knuckling it?
Yeah. I was like, it's going to go away.
No, it's not. It's not
but that was the thing. It's like, I was like, I can convince myself to be happy. Because you know when you're kids and like, they're like, sometimes your parents are like, why are you so unhappy? Smile. Like, why are you crying? Don't cry. Maybe my parents did that. I'm not generalizing. That was my parents. I don't think I was like very emotionally mature, to say the least. So I did. And then it was a whole thing. I had to go into disability. I had to leave work for a while.
Did you, who found you? Was it your husband?
My husband broke the bath. Like, didn't broke the bathroom, but it was like, literally, he was like, where are you? Like, where did you go? Like, I don't remember. It's like, almost just feels like, you know, when like, something feels like things happen, but you don't remember like the details of how they happen.
No, I understand what you're saying. It was all a blur.
Yeah,
I met your husband. He's a really nice man.
He's really
You
sweet.
put him through that.
He didn't deserve this. He didn't deserve this. He was a nice man.
So you finally went to therapy.
Well, it was.
They made you.
Well, I had to.
Okay, they made you go to therapy.
It wasn't a choice. And then I was like on these meds, which sucked. I hated them.
What type of drugs did they give you?
So I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I tried to kill myself.
Was that correct or was it like totally wrong?
I get diagnosed with something new every year.
They're like, girl, you crazy. No, you bipolar. No, you anxiety.
Yeah, I've got everything. I think my problem is just like, I realize that this world is fucked up, so it's hard for me. And it's everybody. That's why it's hard for you. It's hard for all of us.
No,
like,
it is hard.
Tell me who doesn't have anxiety.
No, everyone
Tell me who doesn't feel isolated and lonely and depressed. Tell me who's not. Like,
no. Everyone has it. It's actually an interesting thing because last year on the podcast, I talked a lot about situational anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have clinical anxiety, but I get situational anxiety. So for me, it's like a signal that I need to deal with something. But it's like that's a blessing in terms of like good brain chemistry. But then most people don't have this like brain chemistry where they can be like, oh, I'm getting anxiety around this situation. I should probably address it. Most people need medical attention, and we don't actually have the best medical tools. Actually, the drugs suck. They either might help you, or it's like basically you're like, okay, this drug might help me. It might not help me. It might make me want to kill myself more. Who fucking knows?
Might make me have a panic attack. Also, because that's what these drugs did. Like the Seroquel that I was on did that to me.
No, I can see that.
And so they give me 2 drugs. They gave me a Seroquel and then they gave me Ativan. So they gave me Ativan, which is like when I just have a panic attack, I can take it.
Okay.
And they're like, both of these drugs are extremely habit forming, which is like pharmaceutical industry. Like they've like, this is what I love about this whole system. They've made a system to torture us, and now they're making money off of our
you
torture.
Can talk about communism because
no,
this
they're making money off of our torture. Like literally, they're like, we're gonna make you feel bad every day of your life. We're gonna make you feel like you don't deserve friends. We're gonna make you feel like you're a failure every day because you watch TV and we only show you hot people who have a lot of money. And then you're like, I'm not hot. I don't have a lot of money because you've decided what hot is, and it's some skinny ass white girl with blonde hair. Most people are not skinny white girls with blonde hair. So it's like all these little things that they do to us to make us also miserable. And then they're like, here are pills.
Which feeds our medical industrial complex.
Absolutely.
This is very, but to get, how did you get through it? Because are you still going through? Like, what are your coping mechanisms?
I mean, my coping mechanisms right now, oh my God, it's going to sound so corny.
What?
But it's honestly community care. Like, I just show up.
What is community care, to explain to our guests?
Community care specifically is like finding self-care in community, like taking care of community members, like showing up to things that when your community needs you. Like if somebody's having an event and they need you to go, you go. And it's like these things, it's like Mariam Kaba. Are you familiar with her?
Who?
She's like, I don't know who that is. When was the last time you read a book, Meek? I know you read a lot. We just read different books.
We do. I read
very different books.
I read Game of Thrones. Anyway, go on.
No, but it's like, it's really nice because I get to go to places, and like for me, my anxiety stems from the fact that like I just have a hard time adjusting. Like I'm scared of most things.
Okay.
I'm scared of crowds. I'm scared of people. I'm scared of talking to people. And it doesn't come off like it doesn't, but I'm like literally I'm scared of walking out of my apartment. So like every aspect of my life is terrifying.
So how did you get to the bottom of that?
Yeah, how did I get to the bottom of the fact that I'm scared of everything?
Yeah.
Because I started realizing that like when I stopped doing stuff and I stayed at home is when I felt the most comfortable. But then I also got really, obviously, very depressed because I'm isolated,
you're staying home and not doing anything. Okay, so community care is basically just showing up for people and showing
up for people, reaching out to people if you need help,
and doing what you're doing what you said you would do.
Yeah.
Oh, so being like responsible.
Well, I wouldn't say being responsible. I want to justify that. It is okay to stay at home and cancel a show if you feel too anxious and depressed. Do not feel like you need to do it. You have to take care of yourself first. When I'm talking about community care, I mean like showing up to events that are not just about you doing stuff for yourself. It's about you doing stuff for somebody else. Like for example, or doing stuff for yourself and other people. For example, to plug at an event real quick, Crown Heights Care Collective is an amazing care collective. These people have been doing this, I think maybe for like the past like year or so.
Yeah.
Don't quote me. I might be wrong. They've been doing it for longer. But these are activists who've been around like for a while.
Yeah.
And essentially they're having like this pizza/film screening on Saturday. And they're going to make pizzas. And there's going to be a film screening. And I'm going to go.
And I'm
going to eat pizza. And I'm going to watch the films. And that's it. You know?
Be with your community.
And I feel good because these are also people who are like-minded, right? So we like view things the same way. Like a lot of them are like out here like fighting the good fight.
Being communists?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I love it.
They're not. I'm not speaking about... Do not try to get the FBI on my friends. They do none of that. They just bake pizzas.
Imagine if the FBI is listening right now. Oh my God, is someone hot? No, it's joking. Okay.
wait, back up. Wait, who's hot?
I don't know, the FBI agent that may be listening to.
Oh, is it all the propaganda you watch on TV? You think they're hot? They're not hot.
I know. I've seen. I've noticed.
That's actors.
Cops in real life aren't attractive.
No, they're
okay.
No.
Okay. So that's one thing. Is that your only coping mechanism, or do you do other things?
My therapist who I was telling you about, who's like really, really good. And I think the reason why we got along really well is because we're both immigrants.
Okay. Where are they from?
I don't remember.
Not to tell their business.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
But she was really great. We did dialectical behavioral therapy.
Oh, that
so
sounds
she had
complex.
no, it was just like, it's pretty much homework. It's like, what do you do when you like, because I have like extreme feelings sometimes where like, even if you touch me, like it feels like I'm burning. Like that's how anxious and like irritable I'll get. So just like coping mechanisms of like, the one that I really, really love the most is like, if you start feeling really irritable and you're about to explode, just think about the situation you're in. What do you want out of that situation?
Oh, that's so interesting.
And in terms of that, what behavior will lead to that result that you want?
Okay.
So usually, like when I'm irritable and upset, I want to scream, I want to cry, I want to hit my head on the wall, like do self-harm. So it's like that stuff is like, don't do that.
Got it.
What do you want? Think about it. And then my favorite one is like smelling little perfume bottles. Like
oh, that's really cute.
Yeah. It's just like if you feel overwhelmed, just focus on that. And then the other thing that we do is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, where it's like I name 5 things that I can see. This is to get you, because when you're anxious and you're going to panic, it's because your brain just like cannot like deal with what's around it.
Got it.
So to bring you back, center you back. I'm not a therapist, by the way, so I might be saying this wrong, but to center you back, it's this thing called it's a sensory exercise.
Okay.
It's like you say 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Okay. And by the time you're done with that, you're so relaxed because what's happened is that you've gotten out of your head and you're focusing on the world around you. And that helps like if you're about to have a panic attack or you're just like getting very anxious. And then there's another one is just like listening to music and just like singing the words.
Oh, I be singing all the time. Is that how I deal with my anxiety?
Might be like there are things like it's with somebody.
Anyway, okay. So I mean, music deal. No, it's joking.
Yeah. No, so like things that you probably regular like dancing, like things that you already
I literally
do.
sing and dance to myself like all the time.
Yeah,
it's really
it's
weird.
probably where you're the only well-adjusted New Yorker. And I'm just joking.
Oh well, you haven't met my crazy mother. No, it's joking.
No one is. No one is.
So how long did it take you to come up with these coping mechanisms for our guests? Like, how long was this journey for you to go from I'm being hospitalized, my husband found me, I'm about to kill myself, I go to therapy, and now I have coping mechanisms? How long did it take you to go on that journey?
Well, what is it? 2022.
Yeah, damn.
2017 is when this all started. So like about that long. What is that? 6 years? 7 years? I don't do math. What is that? 5 years?
I don't know what's going on.
5 years.
5 years. Okay, great.
Yeah. But honestly, it took. But I will add this to the fact. One of the things, the reason why my last therapist, I got all this information from my last. I had 2 therapists that were really good, a Black woman and an Asian woman. And one of the reasons why my second therapist I think was really great is because she found a way to talk to me. And what she told me is like, I hate when people tell me things are great, something's wrong with you. Things are not great, things are bad.
Yeah.
She was like, things are bad. Nothing's wrong with you. You're reacting how you should react to being put in a really bad situation, which is the world that we live in.
Yeah.
How do we help you cope?
Okay, got
with
it.
living in a situation that you don't have a lot of power over? How do we help you cope with that? Because I was always like, fuck this. People are starving. People are dying. I don't deserve this. I'm like, why am I even complaining? I have an apartment. Like, I don't know. People say that. I'm not going to call myself that. But like, yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
just
don't
like,
know what that. People be like, I'm an empath.
Yeah, no, but like, I'll just like I don't call myself that. But like, yeah, people have said that, but I don't know what that means. And I don't need more labels in my life.
I understand.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out my gender, which I actually don't. I'm not. I let that one go. It's 0. It's
move
none.
on.
Yeah. I have things to worry about. I'm not going to, yeah. So.
No, gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just would get really upset about stuff. But my therapist was like, yeah, things are bad. And I think that's one thing that we need. If you don't follow woke scientists on Instagram, I think you should. She talks about like just like how healthcare, the whole capitalist system is meant to get as much out of us as possible.
No, that's true.
And as a result of that, we all have these mental health problems.
Yeah.
And
especially in America, honestly.
It is the center of the empire. Things are worse here, right?
Yeah.
Where we're most propagandized. People think, oh, my life is so great, but why am I so sad? It's because your life isn't great. You think your life is great, but it's not.
It actually sucks.
Yeah.
But okay, so just to remind our listeners, we aren't therapists here.
We're not therapists.
Even though, like, I could be Dr. Mo. Who knows? But anyway.
Dr. Mo. I do love our Dr. Mo. It does have a nice ring to it. Did your parents want you to be a doctor?
No, actually. They
Really?
put no pressure on me at all. It was actually great. That's why I do this.
Oh my God, that's why you're so happy.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, they actually have no requirements of me. I'm just like, okay, it's so weird.
So they just love you regardless?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what does that feel like?
I don't know. It feels good, I guess, but then it's like no one's really holding me. I don't know.
But why do you need to be held accountable?
So that's the thing. If you don't have any expectations, you feel like you should because everyone else does. Anyway.
It's because they keep telling you. Don't listen to them.
But yeah, thank you, parents, for basically being, you're doing a great job, Meka. But
I love your parents.
They're really sweet. You should be talking about, my mama would love you.
Oh, I want to talk to you about
Hug your little head.
my little head. Why is my head little?
Listen.
This is so disrespectful.
She's an older black lady. She'd be like, oh, nice little girl.
But you said little head. Your mom didn't say little
I
head.
think your head is little. You are, first of all, I'm way taller than you, so everything you do is small. But anyway, oh my God. So, Marcela, I thank you so much for sharing your journey around anxiety with our listeners. It sounds like you took many different journeys. Like you had a therapist. First of all, it sounds like you white knuckled it for a while.
I was.
Until you basically couldn't do it anymore. Not the smartest decision.
No.
Then you scared everyone. Then it was like, bitch, go to therapy.
Yes.
And then you like was okay with your first therapist, but they got you some tools that you needed. But it was really that second person that hooked you up. So remember, therapy is, not one size fits all. Like you got to be out there in the streets, like dating, but maybe maybe not to that extent. Because anyway,
do you think they should have a Tinder for therapists?
But they need to have something because I feel like people just go to therapists and they're like, oh, they're a doctor. They know what the fuck they say. These doctors don't know I know too many doctors that are trash. So, like, think about the people you know who are trash and then the doctors and you listen to
you
this.
went to school with somebody who was a doctor now.
And
if you were our age, you did. You did.
Trash?
And you know them. And you're like, nah. You should not be around anyone.
Exactly. So it sounds like you're not exactly done here with anxiety, but you're coping with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm living with it. Same the way I live with cops around me. I don't like them either.
No, I totally get that. But that's a different topic, Marcela. On this emotion.
I just keep sliding things in.
Her communist agenda.
It's an agenda that I'm taking everywhere.
Okay. So thank you for sharing about your journey. So at the end of We're Done Here, we love to talk about something we're not done here with yet.
Oh, boy.
In order to end things on a positive note, and your story was very uplifting because there's hope at the end of the tunnel. But something we're not done here with, I'm going to go first and then you want to go after me, talk about what you're not done here with?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So, all right. So, I don't know if you know me. I love vampires.
Yes.
So, the thing I'm not done here with is Interview with the Vampire. They just relaunched this shit on AMC.
Oh, it looked so bad.
Oh, my. Girl, that's blasphemy, okay? So, let me tell you about the new Interview with the Vampire. So, I'm an old school Interview with the Vampire. No one's going to be Tom Cruise as Vampire Lestat, whatever. But this new Louis, is Grey Worm for Game of Thrones.
I know very little about Game of Thrones, and I definitely do not know the characters' names.
Anyway, listeners.
Okay, so describe them to me, though, because I'll remember.
So anyway, the Black Bald Man, the only black man in Game of Thrones.
I got you. I know that.
So Grey Worm. So he's a new Louis. Everybody's gay, and he's black. And they wasn't black before, but they live in New Orleans, and Louis Creole. And it's like, why wasn't he? That sound black from the beginning, right? But the only thing in the book, Louis was a slave owner, and now they was slaves. Anyway, nobody cares. But the show is popping.
I like the way you just skipped over that whole big part, where they're like, you were like, but it doesn't matter. No one cares about the slavery part.
Girl, it's about the fantasy, all right? So they're redoing it. I just watched the second episode. I am hooked. I'm here for the sex. I was arguing with people. Everyone, if you know me, I like to argue with strangers online, whatever.
I love that you love to argue with strangers online.
Oh my God, it gives me so much joy.
How else would you rather spend your time?
I mean, I don't know. I spend so much time arguing with people online. So a lot of people are mad because the characters are gay. But first of all, they was always gay.
Why are you mad at the characters are gay?
But they were always gay. But in the book, they helped. It hurt them to have sex, but they was love. Anyway, who cares? Anyway, they're having kinky kinky vampire sex.
Love.
And I am here for it. So it's what I'm not done with.
Oh, I
this
love that
week.
you're not done with that. I don't know. I might get into vampires. Maybe not. I don't know. I couldn't get into vampires.
Okay.
What am I not done with? What am I not done with? I am not done with. Have you watched Los Spookies? I might be saying
Oh
this
my
wrong.
God, people keep on talking about this show.
Oh my God, I love
People
this show.
love that show.
It's so good. I do not remember his actors' names because I'm so bad at it. But he's a comedian. He was writing on SNL.
Okay.
He's the main guy. He's extremely funny. It's just like this little show about people being weird and just like doing weird things. So it's in Spanish.
Oh.
Which is it's in Spanish.
Subtitles. You got to read. You got to read, y'all.
My favorite part about right now the season, one of the plot elements, spoiler alert, is that
Don't you blowing up giving out spoilers?
should I not? I'm not gonna do this on Meka's show. Anyway, it's really good. It's really good. It's really good because it really speaks to like American imperialism in a very funny way.
Oh wow! Now I gotta watch this just because you said that.
So good. It's so funny. Like it covers so many issues, but in such a funny, silly way. Like their ambassador to the country where the show is like it's a Latin American country, so obviously the United States is like has like trying to like mess with their politics or whatever.
Communist
It's like this like blonde white lady who I
Oh.
swear they're making fun of Hillary Clinton. I don't care what anybody says. As far as I'm concerned, that's what they're doing. And then one of the funny things is that she has a reflection in the mirror, but her reflection escapes from the mirror.
Wait, is this spooky? This sound. It says low spooky.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, I don't do ghosts and shit. I'll do vampires.
But it's very silly. It's not like serious.
I don't do like the devil now though.
No, but it's not like that.
Okay.
It's all made up and everything is goofy and like nothing's real and like they come up with the silliest things to do.
So horror comedy.
It's mostly comedy. There's no horror.
Okay,
It's
great.
silly. It's silly horror. Like it's scary in like a silly way. You're not gonna be scared. You're gonna be like, ha ha. They tell you how they do it. It's not because the show is about this group of people that pretends that supernatural exists to like help people like either make money or like have better relationships. Like this one, they were like this guy. What was it? Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm not fun. I can't remember.
It's fine. You don't have to remember.
Yeah, anyway, Los Spookies is what I'm not done with because I always love when people make fun of America in like a fun way.
Nice. I gotta check that show out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So thank you so much, Marcela. Tell us where can people find your communist propaganda?
You can find my anarchist propaganda on Feel the News with Marcela on TikTok, Feel the News on Instagram, and Feel the News 1 on Twitter. Go to TikTok though and Instagram. They're more fun. I feel like Twitter I rarely post on. I'm not a tweeter. I'm not a tweeter.
Just like, nobody got time. I'm just like, what are we talking about? Like, but the words are boring. Nobody cares.
I want pictures. I want lots of pictures.
I need video.
I don't want words on them. Yeah. But yeah. That's where you can find me if you want.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us for our season premiere. Of course.
I'm on the premiere?
This is not a communist podcast, by the way.
Oh my God, y'all. I'm on the premiere.
But thank you so much, Marcela.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.